I live stream 4 times a week on Twitch and on my other YouTube channel, and those links are down below. Also, I have more content on my Patreon.
There's something upstairs you gotta see. Now, to the general public, it's a $5 charge, but since you're a friend and we accidentally chopped down your willow tree, this is a freebie. Oh, Tiffany!
Yes, Mr. Bundy?
Today, I'm going to be reacting to new UFO footage.
I want to queue up a video that I've been given. And as before it starts, I'm going to describe. This was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. That you cannot see that drone, and so I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
Feels like I'm gonna miss it.
This is when it zoomed out, so you can still see it traveling. So, Mr. Knapp.
You know, I'm not a graph video science UFO expert, so maybe it's just confusing to someone who doesn't look at this stuff every day. But yeah, kind of looks. I was expecting it to hit and blow up, or have a flash, or fall into a bunch of pieces, or maybe push it completely out of the way or something. I guess it did react in a way that I didn't expect, but I didn't have any set high expectations since I have no idea what it should have looked like. So kind of confused at what I'm looking at right now, but it almost seems like it hit it and it either just like bounced off or ricocheted, and it only hit it off of its path. Didn't actually harm it. It didn't blow up. I mean, were they not sending a thing that should have destroyed it?
Mr. Knapp, do you have you heard about, events like this occurring? And what information might you have?
I have heard about events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video, though. There are servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
So, look,
So I'm sure there's some type of explanation, but even these people who do this and have contact with experts, I guess the reason why it's interesting is because even they were like, no, we don't know. No, that's weird. That's weird. I would believe people are experts, but yeah, not just in a blind way, just even if I don't fully understand it and seems hard to take in and kind of comment on, since it just on my own, don't think I would really pick up something immediately. Oh, UFO. Of course it's unidentified, but we're just doing a lot of things. I couldn't personally really identify reason or what it is.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
So, look, I'm not jumped to the conclusion that I believe that there are, aliens coming from another planet. But I'm open to that. And I think that it's our responsibility, especially when we're seeing that we have a government that is actively blocking information from us. Just last night, I tried to get an amendment onto the National Defense Authorization Act that fit in the germaneness of that bill to have UAP disclosure. And conveniently, it was named non-germane, mostly deemed by staff, not even an elected official. This is the kind of stuff that we repeatedly see. Last year, we were blocked by someone in House administration from being able to receive a full briefing from Arrow. So not an elected official, but someone in staff blocked us. And I've had it. Enough is enough.
Don't usually like to look at things so black and white. There's obviously a scale in a lot of different things, a very large gray scale in the middle of black and white. But for the most part, it seems it's kind of two options in this situation. They either know what it is and they don't want to tell the public or talk about it. So you're hiding something, like that's weird that you won't. Of course, it's not that weird. It's common that the government probably wouldn't tell its citizens everything, but it's weird for that reason if you know what it is, because then you're not telling us, and it could be something bigger. People jump to the biggest scenarios. Oh, he said, I'm open to it. I'm not accusing or saying it must be this, but since it's unanswered and they won't tell us or let us look into it, could be aliens. It sounds so silly in science fiction to say that, but yeah, one of two things. You're hiding it because you know what it is, which is weird. And also, you're hiding it because you don't know what it is either. And you want to know what it is before you can determine if it's okay to tell citizens or the public or release that.
I and many other whistleblowers have no job prospects, no foreseeable professional future, and a nation every single one of us came forward to defend. To my fellow whistleblowers and officials who know this information, I offer you my apology, something that I have never gotten.
At first glance, this is very, very interesting footage, especially because it appears that this object continues moving along on a trajectory after the impact from this missile. Again, much more analysis is required, but at first glance, it does some very interesting things. It appears to rotate before the missile strikes it. A lot more analysis needs to be done.
It's a bit easy to chalk up things as, I don't really know what it is, so that's that. Don't really jump to the biggest, craziest conclusions. But I could see where you're working in a place where you were involved in some way with that happening. A missile was shot at it. You'd probably know and be even more aware of what should have happened and how weird this is.
We don't know its provenance. It was leaked anonymously to Congressman Burleson. Second, it lacks all of the telemetry data that we saw in the infamous Nimitz Tic Tac video that you actually helped make public yourself. Congressman Burleson himself didn't want to make any claims about what this was or wasn't. We need a lot more information here, right?
Yeah, Elizabeth, Merrick's absolutely correct. We have to be very careful not to jump to any conclusions prematurely. However, this is just an example of one of many, many types of videos that the U.S. government has in its possession, and Congress is working very hard trying to get some of those released in order for the American public to see it for themselves and also maybe get some additional expertise to look at what we're looking at in this video. I would like to also emphasize that this particular hearing was, I would say, historic. And it takes a lot for me to say that because I was in a hearing very similar to this. What you heard was there was this concerted effort to obfuscate by the U.S. government and suppress whistleblower testimony.
Why do you think that is? I'm not sure I understand this.
I guess I left out one other possibility, black and white. There's only two options. But those are kind of the same. They either know or they don't know, obviously. But I guess another one is in like a bullet point of if they know what it is and they won't tell us it's sketch. Well, one of the other things in that, like a bullet point, would be if they know what it is, because maybe they're testing things, they're doing things, they're experimenting with stuff that they don't want to be honest or genuine about with the public. So they're just like, oh, no, don't pay attention. We're not telling you what we're actually doing. That's us. Like, we're doing this. We know what it is because we're doing it. We're causing it. It's clearly not from space. It's clearly not from some different life. Like, we're making it. We're experimenting with something that we made. Which is something that has happened in the past where the government is looking into things, experimenting, building things, testing things, and they're not immediately telling everybody, oh yeah, we're setting off bombs over here in the desert, testing how far and how much destruction. Like, it could just be them testing stuff.
We heard the testimony today. We've had other people, guests on this show, who've said the same thing, that they were told not to speak out, Lou? Why do you think they're
I
Yeah.
actually had to sign paperwork, and I'll tell you something. There's several reasons it could be, but let me tell you the one that I fear is probably, perhaps, maybe the most realistic, or one of the most realistic, that the U.S. government actually has been able to successfully reverse engineer perhaps certain aspects of the observables, what we're seeing with UAP technology.
Real quick, I'd like to ask the committee to replay that video that Burleson had played earlier. I want to ask every witness here, specifically ones that have sensor training or have been able to recognize some of this movements real quick. So if you guys can please roll that real quick. Okay, while this is still rolling, Mr. Nusatelli, real quick yes or no answers. Are you aware of anything in the government, United States government arsenal that can split a Hellfire missile like this?
No.
And do whatever blob thing it did and then keep going? Nothing?
Nothing.
All right, how about you, Chief Wiggins?
Nothing to my knowledge, ma'am.
Okay, and how about you, Mr. Borland?
I prefer to answer that in a skiff.
Okay, does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wiggins?
Yes.
Nat?
I had a different reaction. I was really happy that it got out. Thanks for providing
Curiosity
that,
kills the
Congressman.
cat. All right, Mr. Borland?
Yes, for
Okay. All right, that is the end of my questioning. I'd like to now recognize Mr. Crane.
All of them, almost unanimously, other than one of them who is just mostly happy that it got out because that still kind of shows that it's concerning and important, have a type of fear or concern. Do you think that there's anything that could have a reaction like this that you know of? For any reason? Does this look familiar in any way? Could you determine what this is based off of how it reacted? It actually split the missile in half. Them very quickly saying, no, we have no idea. I have no, that's weird. Yeah, the guy ended up kind of, I think, saying a little bit of what I said, which is his fear, and the most likely thing that he thinks is the government has figured out how to reverse engineer this type of tech that I don't remember what he said. And it sounds as if it's just the government doing something and experimenting with something that the people aren't aware that it's able to do now. Yes. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, including more stuff that you would like to see with the channel changing, I guess. And yeah, I appreciate you watching. Bye.